Beth Turcotte, Professor of Musical Theater, is Ball State University's Outstanding Creative Endeavor Awardee for 2012. Most recently recognized for the nationally acclaimed new musical, The Circus in Winter, her dedication to the arts is embodied in the passion that she brings to her students, the university, and the Muncie community.
The key to a successful, healthy, responsible community includes the arts. And I say that not in terms of my interest in young people becoming actors or musicians or visual painters or dancers. It's just that the arts are kind of like a nutrition for the soul, for a sense of well-being, and especially for like young people, a sense of who they are, who they can be, and then that creative energy or things that they learn in classroom, they can apply to anything and they do in their lives. And then in terms of the community, people come to a community based on a handful of things, certainly jobs and the economic situation, but one of the top 2 or 3 is cultural opportunities for the people and their families, because there is a richness and a sense of belonging and a joy that the arts can bring to the community, to bring folks together for something very positive.
Why is it important, though, to have these opportunities in like the Cornerstone Center for the Arts in Muncie?
I think the key reason for me is that those children that need the opportunity the most are the ones that cannot get to Indianapolis. In some respects, some of those kids can't even get to Ball State because of transportation, time, any kind of support system. And what I felt so strongly about, and I love that they came up with the name of Cornerstone eventually, is because it is centrally located on a bus route. It's tied into a location where oftentimes children haven't had arts experiences, sometimes because of financial reasons, and certainly because they've been cut in the school systems. So having a program in Muncie in an area that is kind of handy for all kinds of kids to participate at some lower costs brings that kind of opportunity to these kids' lives that they wouldn't otherwise get.
Clearly, students in the Muncie community have greatly benefited from Turcotte's commitment to their arts education, but it's her students at Ball State that profit from broader lessons.
Lots of times, what makes or breaks a career is not the talent. There's so many remarkably talented kids that come through here, or from any program. It's that sense that it is a business, that you have to be prepared, you have to have good pictures and good resumes, you have to know how to present yourself, you have to know how to talk off the cuff, you know how to do an interview, how to be honest, not to be an actor when you're just like talking as yourself. And so there are a lot of tools that support the career, not just the artistry. I had always wanted to come up with a project where I could spend a semester working with a group of students on some kind of event or a project, but couldn't really think of something, because you have to kind of be patient sometimes and wait for the right idea or the right group of kids to come together. Well, then I also teach this class called Freshman Experience in here, where all the freshmen come in that are in theater and dance, and I'll introduce them to various aspects of the university. And I always ask them what they want to do, kind of thing. And these twins, red-headed twins, Justin and Christopher Swader, I asked them what they wanted to do, and they were from Evansville, and so am I, so that was cool. They said they wanted to write a musical version of Hocus Pocus. And I said, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to write a musical too. And then I taught this acting class where I had this kid named Ben Clark, who one day came in from class with another student, and they had written a musical version of RoboCop. It was funny and clever and really good music. So I finally thought, I'm going to put together a group of students and we're going to write a musical. And I said, what are some ideas? What kinds of things would you guys like to focus on? And one of the kids said, how about a circus? I said, I love this circus. Another kid goes, have you read The Circus in Winter by Cathy Day? I said, no, what is that? And they said, well, first off, Cathy Day was a Hoosier author. She grew up in Peru, Indiana, and the circus used to winter in Peru before it did in Florida. So that's what we did. We just jumped in there with the Circus in Winter. Once we finished the immersive learning experience, we performed the show. Well, in the mix of all this, I had applied to several festivals, most importantly what's called the National Alliance of Musical Theater, which is a huge festival in New York for new musicals. And I thought, you know, why not? Then we get the call, we made the top 8. The audience is comprised of professionals in the industry who can further the professional development of the Circus in Winter. It takes a community to write a musical. and so we just couldn't have done it without all those folks. And the tremendous support. Then ultimately, same thing with the Art Center. Anyone can have a great idea, but if you don't have the money to support those ideas, then it's a good idea on a piece of paper. And I had wonderful support within the community, and the administration here, led by President Cora, has been absolutely unbelievable in supporting this past the Ball State production.